Prince Bright, an AI consultant and digital growth strategist who works with artificial intelligence tools to help people and businesses improve productivity, content creation, and digital income opportunities. Now on Tech, we are going to be discussing the topic, how Nigerians can use AI to make money and work faster. Prince Bright, how are you doing this morning? Good morning.
I'm very well, thank you. How are you too?
Not bad at all. I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. All right, now let's get into the conversation. AI. When people hear AI today, I think the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, robots taking our jobs. That's always the first thing. Oh, they are now robots taking our jobs. How would you define AI and what really is AI? Let's start from that. Can you hear me? So the question again.
Okay, yeah. I think I lost you there, sorry.
All right, so the question is, how do we define, or how do you define AI, and what does it really mean, basically? Because people always had the assumption that it's robots taking jobs. How would you define it?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. That's the truth. So, like you said, when people hear about AI, they just think it's like robots or machines trying to take away their jobs. But it doesn't really sound that complicated. Artificial intelligence are just tools or software that can just, they can think, they can learn patterns and help humans work faster. It's not really as complicated as a lot of people paint it. And the fact that people keep saying it's coming to take over the job, that's not really the right way to put it. I think it is those who use these tools in their day-to-day job activities that will replace those who are not using it. So like I would say, the competition is no longer human versus human. It is like it's human with AI versus human without AI. So yeah.
All right, awesome. So it is humans with AI versus humans without AI. Now, what are the easy ways for Nigerians today who are watching this show right now? How can they use AI to make money?
Okay, very simple. As we are, seated in this show right now, having this conversation, there are people in Nigeria who are already using these AI tools to, create businesses, write content, design logos, they build businesses and even earn foreign income. So generally, there are so many things that AI can do when it comes to earning. So just for example, I was using artificial intelligence I made a marketing video, just a random marketing video that got the attention of someone in America who reached out to me and they wanted to run a partnership. So in that area, we have a lot of Nigerians who are also using this AI tools to create content on YouTube, TikTok, and so on, especially when it comes to these folktale ones and all the marketing videos, content creation, those that are into blogging, connected to Google generally, earning money through AdSense. They use AI tools to create content. When I mean content, I mean like written content at this point, and so on and so forth. So there are basically so many things to do with AI to make money. Sometimes it just takes your creativity, how you're able to think faster, and how you can, just join one or two things together. But what Nigerians are already doing right now involves the content creation, the content writing, the report writing, and so on and so forth. So because the idea right now is that in the current economy we are in, speed is income. That's just the truth. So if you are not fast, you're slow, you're left behind. So the faster you can produce a result or generate something, the better you are at it, and then you can make more money with that. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much for that one. Now, my question would be that to the people, the young man in Alaba, the people in Ikeja doing their day-to-day business, who do not really have the knowledge about how to use AI and all the prompts necessary, what is the first advice you would give, or what's the first step for them to take? These are people who do not even know about AI. How do they begin to use AI for their own business and to make sure things are efficient for them? All right, we're still having the conversation about AI, and it's quite interesting that you can actually use the artificial intelligence to enhance your business. We just want to know more about AI, and we have an expert here to understand what and how to use AI. I think it's quite interesting. It's very interesting here. I saw a report somewhere, and I'm going to be asking the gentleman later on about the report. The report says about 70% of the AI prompts or questions that you ask AI will support you regardless of the question. So the question to me here is, if 70% of AI will support your question, how do you validate whatever result you get from AI? If I'm going to be asking AI, oh, AI, am I doing very well? And 70% of AI is going to tell me, yes, you're doing very well. How do we now validate the truth from the results from AI. We have someone special in the studio with us, all right? Titi the Dynamite, welcome and good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Edgar. It's so interesting you talking about AI because I'm not sure if you're aware. I think, Edgar, we've talked about this before. I actually put together an AI-ready broadcaster toolkit.
Okay.
And this is because I went for a few courses and I was able to sort of discern that there were a lot of people that just don't have enough understanding of how AI actually works, which is the reason why there's so much, in quote, fear about artificial intelligence. Sadly, jobs will be lost, but they'll be lost to those who are not prepared for AI as opposed to those who just ignore it or hope it'll go away. So getting more in touch with what it's all about is more important than just hoping it'll just disappear or it'll fade or it's just a passing trend.
All right,
So,
but I have a question. I have a question to ask, by the way. So I saw a report that Google very soon will be going fully AI. And what that means is I want to be sure where we go, where are we going from here. The reason I'm saying is some years ago, about 19 years ago, the way we understood search was you put in some keywords, some sentences or two or phrases, and then it gives you different links. But right now, what is happening with AI, especially with Google, is when you put in a question, it gives you a constructed answer, if I can say, or it does the search for you and then it gives you an answer. Is this not going to affect businesses? Is this not going to affect websites and blogs who are trying to always get their own separate clicks and research by themselves? Don't you think it would affect the business in general?
Well, so far, we've been, most of these applications, including Google, give you the option to actually select whether you want an AI assistant or not. As long as you've not clicked on that yet at all, it's not going to be activated on your device yet. A lot of people just activate it without knowing it. But then for business owners, I think it's an advantage for them because AI responds to people that are most online. So if you've really been doing your work online, in the end, you're going to be the person that the AI will suggest first. So I'm going to pass it back to you. I know you have a guest that you've been having a conversation with.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge and your thoughts on that one. We still have our guest here, Prince Bright. Thank you so much for joining us again. I am sure that this is one problem that AI will be able to solve very soon when I'm talking about network. Okay, thank you for joining us again. Yeah, you were trying to explain how Nigerians can use AI to make money. Would you like to continue on that conversation? All right. But at this point, we'll go on a break. The show continues. It's Wake Up Nigeria. Guys, do not go anywhere. There's still more in store. Let's go on a break, guys.